Ani bojo, ashkenizek nisnikas, makwododem, neashingning donjiba. Hello, my name is Darren Solomon, from the Chippewas of Nawash Reserve, candidate for counselor within our community. First of all, just want to give another huge shout out to my two nominators, Sparrow McLeod and Alexis McDonald. Greatly appreciate the opportunity to run for a leadership position. Anyway, this is my first video, and today I would like to talk about change. I do apologize in advance if I have a tendency to ramble on one specific topic or another. This video is completely unscripted. Okay, so where to begin? Change. Change is one of those things in the world that is a constant. Change will always exist, and the world around us will always continue to change. We as individuals change over time, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, maturity. Change is one of the few constants of the universe. So, I want to talk about it. I know that for a lot of individuals, change and the idea of change can be terrifying. It's terrifying to open ourselves up to new situations, to new thought processes, to new ideas. In an ever-changing world, we often become very comfortable in the world that we know, and when things start to change, we get the sense that we're losing part of who we are, or losing a key component of the world around us that has just, for most of our lives, always been there. But the other thing about change is that it's also very necessary. Change can look like a variety of many different things, but all throughout history, change has always been a necessity. Whether that was animals evolving to survive in different areas, or even our people evolving to survive what had happened to them after colonization and such. Change is terrifying, but change is also necessary. And not all change is good, obviously, but I'm hoping that together, as a community, that we can create change. So I just want to talk about where change in my mind comes from. When I think about change, what I think about is that it all starts up here. We come up with ideas, we process, and then we visualize those ideas. Visualize the ideas, what we'd like to see, the change we'd like to see in the world around us. And then the next step to that is we speak about it. We talk about the change. Voice our opinions and talk about change, breathe it into existence. And unfortunately, for a lot of people, myself included at times, that's where the process stops. The process of change stops with us speaking about it. I mean, some of us do stop at the thought process or the visualization process, but a lot of the times we'll talk about change. We'll talk about what we want to see change, all the things around us that could be changed, how things could be changed for the better, how things have changed for the worse. It's relatively easy to talk about it. And like I said, that's where the process of change for a lot of people has a tendency to end. And voicing change, voicing your opinions, talking about change can look like a variety of different things, whether it's you sharing new ideas with friends, uh, voicing your opinion, or even just complaining about something that you want to see changed. That's all part of like change, the process of change. But there's more to it after just voicing it, right? So if we're starting up here, coming with the ideas for the world around us and what we want to change, and then we start to visualize it. Visualize the change in the world that we want to see. And after which, ideally, you would go on to voice your opinions. Voice your opinions on change. Share your ideas with friends, with family, with those around you. And the next part of that is actively believing that that change is possible. So from our head, eyes, and mouth down to our heart, we have to wholeheartedly believe that the change that we want to see and that we can visualize and think about is possible. Because without that, we can't really strive for it if we don't necessarily believe in it. And belief, passion, a drive is something that's so important to creating change. The next portion to that, where a lot of people slip, myself included, is the effort. First we think it, visualize, speak it into existence, believe in what we say, and then we have to make the effort to create the change that we want to see. And it's not an easy thing to do. To actively push, to actually make the effort to create the change that you want to see, it can be a very terrifying process. And I think that's the part that makes change so interesting. It's because in order to create change, and the change that we want to see in the world, we often have to step out of our comfort zones to try and strive for that change. So, we make an effort. We wholeheartedly believe in it. And we push, and we push, and we push for change. Now, creating change as an individual on a large scale can seem like something that's absolutely impossible. Because to make such a monumental change as just one individual is itself a monumental task. That's the other reason why we need to speak our change into existence. We speak our change into existence and we share it with our friends, our family, and those around us. Not only to create a dialogue and have them build upon our ideas of change, but to also inspire those around us so that they too can push for the change they want to see in the world. And that's it. Together, as a group of people, it's much easier to create a monumental amount of change as a group than it is an individual. And that's the reason I believe that a sense of community within our community and its members is so important. It's one thing to talk about change. It's one thing to complain, to say that you want to see change, but to actually make the effort, to go out and share your ideas, to speak about change, and then physically make the effort to try and create the change, even if at first you're starting by yourself. Terrifying, right? Most people don't want to walk a path alone. But the good thing about change is it can be inspiring. Your efforts, your words, your wholehearted belief in the change you want to create can inspire others to walk that path with you, to walk alongside you, behind you, and on occasions when you're not up to it, ahead of you. just being the individual that inspires change does not mean that you constantly have to be at the head of that change. And finally, after our process of thinking about our new ideas, visualizing the change we want to see, speaking it into existence, wholeheartedly believing in it, and making the effort, only then is change achieved. We push and we push, we gather support from those around us, we build a community, build a sense of unity and cooperation until the change that we all collectively want to see in the world becomes a possibility. And not just a possibility, but reality. Now, I want to see change within our community. There is a variety of different things that have happened within our community that I believe need to change. And I will touch on them in another video, but this one, I've already been talking for about 10 minutes, I think, and it's getting pretty late, so I'm going to end it here. This is what change means to me. This is my idea of the process of change and how I think we as a community need to go about creating change. Because, like I said, creating change as an individual is a monumental task, especially if the change you would want to create is monumental itself. Every single time a new person joins and supports your ideas of change, you have to do half the work. The workload's cut in half. And it's great. Anyway, if you like this video, feel free to like, share, and I will see you guys again tomorrow.